What's up, friend? Thank you so much for joining me for this 9-minute toned booty Pilates workout. Let's go ahead and get started in a seated position with legs extended out in front of the body. On your next exhale, wrapping those arms around and coming into a forward fold stretch. We'll be here for a few breaths as you allow your body to sink into this stretch with every exhale. And slowly coming out of forward fold, we're going to be making our way down to the ground. So scooting my hips forward, bending my knees, slowly and gently lowering myself down onto the mat. Picking up my right foot and placing my right ankle on top of my left knee as I bring that left knee back towards my chest, interlacing those fingers, placing them behind the leg. Doing a few breaths in this figure 4 position to stretch out the glutes and hamstrings. Slowly planting my left foot back on the mat and switching sides. Again, we want to think about breathing into this stretch and reaching a little further with every exhale. Great job releasing your hands from behind the leg and slowly turning our bodies onto our sides. We're headed into a tabletop position, which will take place on our hands and knees with our wrists under our shoulders and knees under our hips. I'll be bending through my right arm and placing my forearm down on the mat. Moving through the left leg to begin, we'll bring the knee towards the chest and out for an extension, towards the elbow, out again, and then across the body, behind the resting knee, and repeat, crunching and extending, touching the elbow, extending, and across the body. If you can get your knee to touch the mat on the opposite side of the resting leg, that's awesome. If that's a little too much of a struggle, you can even bring it to the top of the resting calf or getting as close as possible, doing your best. Always keeping in mind that progress is better than perfection. We're here, we're moving our bodies, and that's something you should be proud of. Whether you can do the full movement or you have to modify a little bit, you should be proud of yourself every single time you get on the mat. This is our last working set. Finishing everything out with control, bringing that leg down and back under the hips. Replanting the right arm and dropping the left arm and starting this sequence over on the other side. And just in case it's a little hard to see, I'm bringing my knee towards my chest first, crunching through the abdominals, rounding the spine. After that first extension, it'll come to the elbow, extend, and then across and extend. We've got our last working set here for the right side of the body. Hang in there, finish strong. After this cross body movement, we'll take that leg back under the hips. Replanting our left hand on the mat and making our way into side plank for our next exercise. Elbow is stacked under the shoulder for this one, Legs are extended and in line with the body, lifting my top leg up and away from the resting leg and taking it forward and backward for a set of controlled leg rainbows. Working through the side of the leg, the glute muscles, the quads, hip flexors are working as well. Just a few more on this side of the body. Last one, and returning those legs to a stacked position, bending through the knees and coming up for a side stretch before switching sides. And the setup will be the same as we head into side plank with the elbows directly under the shoulder, legs extended out and in line with the body. If you need to bring the legs a little forward in front of the hips, creating more of a banana shape here to keep your balance, you definitely can. Lifting and lowering as we create these nice, consistent rainbow shapes. We're here for 3, 2, 1, and rest. Restacking the legs, bending through the knees, and coming up for another lateral stretch before heading into a seated position. Turning my body, bending through the knees, planting the feet, giving myself a gentle hug as I slowly lower myself down to the mat, where we'll do our last set of exercises. With arms resting at your sides, we're heading into a glute bridge on your next exhale, slowly peeling your pelvis and spine away from the mat until you find yourself in a strong bridge position. We'll begin lowering and lifting using our glute muscles, driving through the heels. I'm dropping those glutes down just about an inch away from the mat and then extending through the hips. As I move through this exercise, maintaining posture and control, firing through the quads and squeezing those glutes at the top. We're here for about 2 more. Lowering and lifting. Hold that bridge at the top. If you want to add an extra layer, go ahead and extend the right leg. We only have a few more on this side. It's an extra added challenge, a single leg glute bridge. Hang in there, just a few more. We're here for 2. Last one. And rebend the knee, reset, picking up that left leg, evening it out. And if a single leg glute bridge is not an option for you, I want you to stay with both feet planted on the mat and continuing with those hip drops and regular glute bridges for the remainder of this exercise. Amazing job. Last one. Extend, rebend the knee, plant the foot back down on the ground, and on your next exhale, slowly lower the spine down onto the mat. Beautiful job. Bring those knees to chest. Give yourself a rebound breath. Well done. Take your time here. If you want to take a few extra moments to hang out in this knee hug position, you're more than welcome. I'm going to go ahead and rock to a seated position to conclude this session. Thank you so much for spending time with me. This was definitely a fun booty burner workout. I hope to see you next time. Take care.